Hi, I'm Tracy from Whole Latte Love, and today we're here with the Jura Capresso ENA 4 espresso machine. This Swiss-engineered espresso machine is able to make all your favorite drinks at the touch of a button in your home, such as an espresso, a cafe americano, or even your favorite milk-based drinks. So the design of this machine is really simple. It's a very small silhouette. If you compare it to other machines on the market, you'll notice that it's very narrow. So it can fit in small places, especially if you have an apartment or so forth. It'd be a great fit for that. Now, making your favorite coffee is quite simple with this machine. On the top is a dial, and simply by turning this, you will be able to distinguish how many cups of coffee you want to be able to have, how many grams, between 5 and 16 per shot. Also, you'll be able to get your steaming function from here, and when you've got everything set, simply push the top button and the machine will start to brew. Now, it's also really smart because it uses a color coordination. If you notice, when I go ahead and I remove the water tank from here, not only does it turn red, but it tells you that the water tank is removed, so it's really smart that way. And you'll have yellow when you're in the programming mode, and green will mean go. So really simple to get that beverage. So if you're like myself and you want your coffee quick in the morning, you're going to like this feature. When you turn on the machine, it takes approximately a minute for it to heat up. It'll first do a rinse cycle, which will preheat your brew group and get rid of any residual coffee inside the system. And when you power the machine down, it'll also do a rinse cycle. Now, the water tank is located on the back of the machine, and it has the ability to hold 37 ounces, and it also has a water filter inside. Now, you can also pour on the outside of it. The only thing is there's not an indicator light anywhere on the front of the machine that you can actually see how full it is. It will, however, prompt you when it's time to fill with water. Now, in the water tank, you'll see there's a place to put a water filter, and this uses a Clairol water filter. These should be changed out approximately every 2 to 3 months, depending on how much you use your machine. And there's a lot of benefits to having a water filter system. It helps to maintain the machine, but more importantly, also gives you great tasting coffee. You'll notice the drip tray is on the front of the machine. It's got a stainless steel cover here, which is a really nice design. And this pulls out, and was really surprised by the capacity inside. But that's where you're going to find your spent grounds that are going to come from the machine. And an indicator light will tell you when it's time to empty that. Now, the bean hopper is located on the top of the machine. It holds about 7 ounces of beans. And going with their Swiss design, we noticed we had the round indicator here that changed our programming and so forth. The bean hopper works pretty much in the same way. You notice that you can turn it to be able to get your different settings. There are 5 settings here. You'll notice that there's dots that indicate 3, 2, and 1. Simply put, this is your finer to your coarser grind. So if I want it to be really nice and fine, I'll go to number 3. And if I want it really coarse, I'll go to number 1. Now, on this machine, you have the ability to get hot water and also steam. So right here, you can get hot water by just simply turning on this knob. If you want to do hot chocolate or oatmeal, it can be a really nice staple in your house. If you want to use the steaming function, you need to turn the knob on the top to go over to steam. It can take about 35 seconds for it to get to steaming pressure, a little bit higher than some of the machines we've seen recently, and then turn the knob on. Now, making cappuccinos and lattes is really easy with this machine because it has a dual Froth Plus system. And what does that mean? It's pretty simple. Notice on the front here, you can adjust this. When you pull it down, you're able to get froth. When you push it back up, it's going to steam. Now, one thing to note is be real careful because this is kind of sensitive and you're able to pull it off, and you don't want to do that when the machine's on. So make sure it's really seated in there before you start using it. So making your morning cup of joe is really easy with this machine. The first thing you can do is you can just press this and it will automatically do the program size of the cup. But if you want to customize it to your taste, you can press this button and then you'll notice that you can start changing the volume of ounces. Now, if you start to fill your cup too much, you can hit the button again and it will stop brewing mid-cycle. So really nice feature. So if you like to entertain, you're going to like this feature too. You can do 2 cups at a time. By turning the dial, you can select 2 cups. And what it's actually going to do is it's going to grind for 16 grams of coffee. And say your cups are set to do 6 ounces each. What's going to happen is each cup's going to go underneath the spout and each one will get 6 ounces. So really easy to make multiple cups at the same time. Now, this machine has a bypass doser, and what that means is if you have regular beans inside your bean hopper and you want to do a decaf or you want to be able to do a different kind of ground coffee, it's really easy. You just simply push this to open up the hole. Comes with a little guy right here. Place it in there. Take your scoop, and you can do 2 scoops inside of there. You want to be really careful not to overfill this, but you don't have to push any buttons. You don't have to tell the machine it senses it just by opening up this valve. Now, keeping your machine clean is pretty easy. When you first get your machine, you're going to get a water hardness test strip. And what that's going to do is allow you to set into the dial here the hardness of your water. Now, the machine is going to calculate about every 200 cups for you to do some cleaning. And you simply have these cleaning tablets that'll go into the machine via your cleaning cycle and do all the work for you. So things we really liked about this machine, it's a great footprint. It's nice and small, so it'll fit anywhere. The drip tray had large capacity, was easy to pull out from the machine. The bypass doser was really customer friendly, like the fact that you don't have to program anything in the machine, you can just utilize it. Some of the things that we didn't necessarily like a lot, maybe the water reservoir, little small in size. Don't like the fact that there isn't really a place on the front of the machine anywhere that indicates how full it is. The other thing too is that you can't really access the brew group outside of the machine. You just have to do the cleaning cycles and so forth. Now this machine would be perfect for someone who's got some limited space, still wants to have a good quality coffee at home. You notice again, not a very big footprint here. Easy to use, so if you don't have a lot of time and you don't want to have a grinder and a machine sitting in your house, but you still want to be able to have those specialty drinks and not run out to your local coffee shop, this would be a great fit for you. I'm Tracy from Whole Latte Love, and this was a good look at the Jura Capresso ENA 4. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.
Whole Latte Love is your source for expert coffee information with more than 200 videos including how-tos, recipes, machine comparisons, maintenance, and more. Join us on Facebook for more expert advice and coffee fun.